Welcome to our presentation on quality control and assurance in pharmaceutical manufacturing, where we'll explore how rigorous standards and systematic excellence keep patients safe. Over the next sections, we'll cover the foundations, regulatory frameworks, core processes, testing methods, real-world challenges, and the future direction of QA and QC in the industry.
This chapter introduces the foundations of pharmaceutical quality, setting the scene for why structured systems matter. We'll walk through core concepts that underpin reliable drug production, from process design to verification, so you can see how consistent practices translate into safe, effective medicines for patients.
Pharmaceutical quality assurance is a comprehensive framework that embeds quality into every stage of a product's life cycle, from raw material sourcing through manufacturing to distribution. In practice, it means documented systems, preventative controls, and continuous improvement so that medicines are safe, effective, and fit for patient use rather than just checked after the fact.
Quality control is the verification arm of quality, focused on testing and inspecting outputs to confirm they meet predefined standards. It relies on sampling, analytical testing, and statistics to detect defects, and it provides vital feedback to improve processes and ensure that each finished batch meets identity, potency, purity, and safety requirements. QA and QC play complementary but distinct roles. QA is process-oriented and preventive, designing quality into systems, while QC is product-oriented and corrective, verifying that outputs meet specifications. Together, they create a safety net that supports regulatory compliance and protects patients, balancing prevention with detection and remediation. The QA/QC process flow begins with designing robust processes and protocols, moves through controlled manufacturing, continues into targeted QC testing, and concludes with authorized product release. Each stage feeds the next, and the loop back from testing into process improvement ensures traceability and continuous enhancement of product quality. Quality matters in pharma because lives depend on it. Consistent, high-quality medicines protect patient safety, while strict regulatory compliance with bodies like the FDA and EMA preserves market access. Equally important, strong quality systems reduce the risk of costly recalls, reputational damage, and the worst consequence of all, harm to patients. The cost of quality failures can be enormous, exemplified by recent nitrosamine contamination events that led to hundreds of recalls and multi-billion-pound impacts globally. Those crises underline why robust supplier qualification, analytical testing, and integrated QA/QC across the supply chain are non-negotiable for protecting patients and organizations alike. Chapter 2 looks at regulatory frameworks and standards that govern pharmaceutical quality, explaining the rules and guidance companies must follow. We'll cover international expectations, harmonization efforts, and how regulatory oversight shapes the design and operation of quality systems in modern manufacturing environments. Good manufacturing practices are the foundation of product quality, defining the controls needed for consistent production and safe medicines. Core GMP elements include facility hygiene, equipment qualification, rigorous documentation, personnel training, and process validation, all enforced by agencies such as the FDA, EMA, WHO, and ICH to ensure global standards are met. The ICH Q9 revision reinforces risk management as central to quality systems, providing an updated framework for assessing and mitigating risks throughout development and manufacture. This safety-centric approach embeds systematic, science-based decisions into QA practices so organizations can prioritize patient protection while enabling robust, risk-informed processes. A quality management system integrates QA and QC activities to enable continuous improvement, regulatory compliance, and a culture of quality. Key elements include document control, change management, CAPA systems, internal audits, and personnel training, all working together to ensure consistent performance and defensible quality decisions across the organization. Operating globally means navigating a complex regulatory landscape where manufacturers must comply with multiple agencies while striving for harmonized standards. This requires strategic regulatory planning, alignment with international guidance, and transparent reporting to meet diverse market requirements without sacrificing product quality or patient safety. Chapter 3 introduces core QA processes in pharmaceutical manufacturing and explains how structured procedures drive reliable outcomes. In this chapter, we'll focus on process design, supplier controls, training, change management, and other essentials that ensure a robust quality foundation for day-to-day operations. Process design and documentation are the backbone of consistent manufacturing, with standard operating procedures defining each step to ensure traceability and reproducibility. Critical elements include step-by-step instructions, equipment settings, acceptance criteria, safety handling, and thorough documentation, and real-world SOP overhauls can yield measurable improvements in batch consistency. Supplier qualification and raw material control prevent variability at the source by assessing capabilities, testing materials, auditing facilities, and monitoring ongoing performance. A structured supplier program reduces contamination risk and ensures material consistency, with qualification audits and periodic reassessment forming the core of a resilient supply chain strategy. Training and competency management ensure personnel understand GMP principles and perform procedures correctly, starting with comprehensive onboarding and continuing with refresher courses and formal competency assessments. Certification programs and regular skills development help reduce deviations, as demonstrated by industry initiatives that materially lowered quality incidents across sites. Change control and deviation management are formal processes to handle alterations and unexpected events without compromising quality. A systematic workflow from change request and risk assessment to implementation and verification, combined with rapid deviation investigation and CAPA, protects product integrity and prevents recurrence of quality issues. Chapter 4 focuses on quality control techniques and testing methods used to verify product quality, and explains how laboratories and in-process monitoring contribute to safe releases. We'll look at practical approaches that detect issues early, validate methods, and support final batch certification. In-process testing and sampling provide real-time visibility during production, monitoring parameters like temperature, pH, and mixing to detect drift before it affects a batch. Coupled with statistically designed sampling plans, these practices enable timely interventions and have been shown to reduce batch failures and improve overall equipment effectiveness. Analytical testing methods in QC laboratories combine chromatography, spectroscopy, microbiological assays, and physical tests to confirm identity, potency, purity, and sterility. These sophisticated techniques must be validated per ICH guidelines to ensure accuracy, precision, and reliability, forming the technical backbone of product release decisions. Stability testing and shelf life assurance use accelerated, long-term, and stress studies to understand how products behave over time and under different conditions. These studies are regulatory requirements that define recommended storage conditions and expiry dating, ensuring patients receive medicines that remain safe and effective throughout their intended shelf life. Final product release is a multi-stage approval process where QC verification, batch record review, and a qualified person's authorization come together to certify GMP compliance and fitness for patient use. This layered approach prevents substandard products from reaching the market and ensures full traceability of decisions leading to release. Chapter 5 examines real-world challenges and case studies that shaped industry practices, showing how failures and responses drove the evolution of modern QA and QC. By studying past incidents, we can identify lessons that strengthen systems and reduce the likelihood of similar events in the future. The valsartan recall crisis illustrates how nitrosamine impurities in a commonly prescribed medicine triggered widespread global recalls, impacting millions and costing the industry heavily. The fallout led to strengthened supplier audits, enhanced raw material testing, and regulatory guidance changes that reshaped how synthetic routes and supply chains are controlled. Human error and documentation failures remain persistent risks, with poor record-keeping capable of triggering regulatory action even when manufacturing practices were otherwise compliant. Digital quality management systems and electronic batch records reduce manual errors, improve traceability, and support inspections, and regulatory warnings highlight why investment in digital platforms is increasingly essential. AI and automation are transforming QA and QC by providing predictive analytics, machine vision for inspection, automated documentation, and real-time release testing capabilities. These technologies can significantly cut testing time, improve defect detection accuracy, and decrease manual errors, enabling smarter, faster quality decisions across the manufacturing lifecycle. The future of automated quality control brings together robotic automation, AI-driven analytics, and advanced data visualization to deliver faster, more reliable decisions while lowering human error and operational costs. Next-generation QC labs will leverage integrated systems to accelerate releases and provide richer, more actionable quality insights in real time. Chapter 6 explores the future of pharmaceutical quality assurance and how digital transformation, sustainability, and continuous improvement will define the next era. We'll discuss technologies and cultural shifts that help organizations maintain trust, meet regulatory expectations, and innovate responsibly. Pharma 4.0 and digital transformation enable smart manufacturing through interconnected sensors, enhanced traceability with blockchain, predictive quality using machine learning, and cloud-based quality platforms for global visibility. Together, these capabilities allow proactive interventions, stronger anti-counterfeiting measures, and faster regulatory reporting across complex supply chains. Sustainability and quality go hand in hand as green manufacturing practices are integrated with rigorous quality standards. Initiatives like solvent recovery, energy-efficient processes, sustainable packaging validation, and water conservation demonstrate how environmental responsibility can be pursued without compromising sterility or product performance, and regulators increasingly expect these commitments. Building a continuous quality improvement culture means embedding a proactive mindset across the organization, from identifying opportunities and planning improvements to implementing changes, measuring results, and standardizing successes. This cycle helps drive innovation, ensure sustained compliance, and create competitive advantage through operational excellence and measurable quality gains. Career paths in pharmaceutical QA and QC span roles such as QA specialist, QC analyst, GMP auditor, and quality risk manager, each focusing on documentation, testing, audits, and risk mitigation. Demand for skilled professionals is growing, with expanding certification programs and specialized training creating new opportunities for those pursuing quality careers. In summary, building trust through quality combines patient protection, regulatory excellence, and future innovation. QA and QC together safeguard health through systematic assurance and rigorous verification, while continuous improvement and digital transformation will be key to sustaining product integrity, scientific credibility, and public confidence in medicines.